Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with Steven and Jacqueline. Today we're going to make our version of chicken and egg fried rice. So let's sit back and enjoy the ride.
So guys, let's go prep our chicken, and here's our ingredients.
You will need 1 pound of boneless chicken cubed, 5 spice powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, soy sauce, garlic powder, ginger powder, vegetable oil, and sesame oil.
Well folks, here I have about 1.5 pounds of boneless chicken. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cut this up. You just want to take your boneless chicken thigh or chicken breast and cut them into 1-inch strips. After cutting the chicken into strips, you want to cut them into 1-inch pieces. What you are looking for is what we call bite-sized pieces. And this is about the size of pieces that you are looking for. Just try and cut them as evenly as possible so they will all finish cook at the same time. Well, our chicken is all cut up, so now it's time to go in with our seasoning. Here we are going in with 1/4 teaspoon of 5 spice powder. And this is going to give you that Asian flavor. Next we'll be going in with about a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger powder, followed by a teaspoon of garlic powder, and next in the pool we are going in with about a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, more or less. Last but not least, we'll be going in with 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and this is optional of course. Well, it's time to dump all those dry seasonings into the pool. Here I'm just going to take my spoon and give this chicken a good old toss to make sure you get all those seasonings properly well incorporated. And for the salt element, we are going in with 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of dark soy sauce, which will also add some color to the chicken when cooking. Now take your spoon and give this a good old mix and coat that chicken with that soy sauce. After doing that, place it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to 1 hour to marinate. While the chicken is marinating, let's go make our sauce for the fried rice, and here's our ingredients.
You will need 4 to 5 cups of rice, carrots, pimento peppers, chives, garlic, ginger, egg, sesame oil, vegetable oil, red pepper flakes. And for the sauce you will need soy sauce, oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, and sweet Thai chili sauce.
Well, let's start making our sauce. First ingredient, we're going in with 2 to 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, and this will add a bit of color to the rice and also that salt element. Next in the pool, we are going in with a bit of oyster sauce, about 1 tablespoon more or less. Remember, you can adjust these ingredients according to the amount of rice that you are using. Well, this next ingredient might be a bit controversial, but I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of sweet Thai chili sauce. You can leave this out if you wish. Last but not least, I'm going in with 2 to 3 tablespoons of Hoisin Sauce. This is a sort of a Chinese barbecue sauce. Remember guys, you can adjust the amount of these ingredients to suit your taste buds. Now you just want to take your spoon and give it a swirl to make sure you get everybody happy in that pool. Here I've got me 3 large eggs that I'm going to crack into this bowl. The key to making chicken egg fried rice is to make sure that you have everything all prepped and ready to go. And here we are done with our 3rd egg. Now it's time to season it lightly with some salt and black pepper to taste. Remember, it's all about those layers of flavor. So now we want to lightly beat our eggs, and we're going to head on over to our stove. Well, here we are at our stove with our pot all preheated and ready to go. I'm going in with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. After a couple of minutes and the oil is all heated up, it's time to go in with our boneless chicken, and we're going to cook this all the way through. This should take about 6 to 10 minutes depending on how big or small you have cut your chicken pieces. And remember that we are cooking on high heat.
Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the post notifications for more.
Well, it's about 4 minutes since we have been cooking our chicken, and it's now time to go in with our sesame oil, about 2 teaspoons. Now all we have got to do is just give this a good old mixy mix and make sure that all those flavors come together, and cook for about another 4 minutes. And in a miracle of time, our chicken is done. So we're going to put this in a plate and set it aside and move on to the next step. And remember guys, I will have the full recipe on how to make our chicken egg fried rice in the description box below. Now that we have removed the chicken, we are going in with 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and we're going to let this heat up for a couple minutes. Now that the oil is all heated up, it's time to go in with our veggies. Here I have 1 medium carrot diced. Give this a mixy mix and let this saute for about 3 minutes. Now after 3 minutes we're going to add in our pimento peppers and we're going to saute this for another 3 minutes. And don't worry if you can't find pimento peppers, you can also use any color bell pepper and you would be fine. Here I'm going in with some minced ginger and garlic, about 2 teaspoons each. After you have added your garlic, you want to go in with about a teaspoon of sesame oil and you want to saute this for about 30 to 40 seconds or until the ginger and garlic becomes fragrant. When your ginger and garlic becomes fragrant, you want to give this a good old mix and make sure all those flavors come together nicely. And if you have been watching me for some time now, you know I'm going to kick it up a notch, so I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Next in the pool, I'm going in with 2 tablespoons of chopped chives. So we're going to give this a mixy mix and let this saute for about 1 minute so all those flavors can come together. Now for the rice, I'm going in with 4 to 5 cups of cold rice. That is rice that I have boiled and cooled down in the fridge since yesterday. You want to make sure and use day old rice so it won't clump up. Now all you want to do is to make sure and incorporate the rice and the veggies and make sure that everything is properly well incorporated. You want to saute this for about 5 minutes or until that rice gets warmed up. After about 5 minutes, here's where you want to add that sauce. This is where you're going to get that lovely Asian flavor. This is where you want to give this a good mix and make sure you get every grain of rice coated with that delicious sauce that we have made. You want to let this go for about another 3 minutes before we move on to the next step. After about 3 to 5 minutes, it's now time to add the chicken that we have cooked earlier on and give this a good old mix and make sure that everybody gets happy in that pool. I have a few Asian recipes on a playlist. I will have the link to this in the iCards above and also in the description below. Here I have my Cayenne skillet all warmed up. I'm adding about a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Now I'm just going to give the pan a swirl around to make sure I get the bottom properly well coated with that oil. And you also want to keep your Cayenne skillet on medium-low heat. Now it's time to add those eggs. You want to let those eggs set in your skillet for about a minute before you start to mix it. The reason for letting your eggs set is to prevent them from sticking to the bottom of your cast iron skillet when you start to scramble them. This is why you want to have your cast iron on a medium to low heat. Sorry guys, I missed the footage adding the egg to the fried rice, but in any case we just want to give this a mixy mix and make sure that everything gets properly well incorporated. So now that our chicken egg fried rice is all made, let's get this plated up, fasten our seatbelts and get ready for a drive-by. Let's go!
So boys and girls, here's our delicious chicken and egg fried rice, and it was so tasty. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more videos. See you all on our next cooking journey, and we're out until next time.